The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios, Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Duran of Clan Ventrue.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'll be playing Isabella Caputo of Clan Toreador.
Good evening, I am Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urid, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
And I am Brad, Timber Brad 411, and I'll be playing Nicholas Bowens of Clan Hikata.
First of all, let me welcome everybody to the Season 8 finale episode here of Windy City After Dark. And also, welcome back, Mischievous Red. I have no regrets for what I've done to your character while you were gone. And what did exactly I do? Well, Isabella was taken. Her and Honor were captured, brought to some sort of odd lab. Now, unfortunately, Isabella has no memories of anything other than being told she can't escape. And where we left off last episode, she was still not awake. Will she wake up soon? I guess we're going to have to find out, won't we? Because where we're going to open, Jackie, you are at the cabaret, expecting a visitor.
I am.
And right on time. This man is not known for being late. Etienne comes and knocks on your office. Ma'am,
Yes,
Pater Shaw is here.
please.
Yes, ma'am. And it's only a minute later when the door opens and in steps. Tonight, as all nights, you've seen him in an impeccable suit.
Jackie stands up from her desk and says, please,
Sergeant Shaw steps in.
please, Pater, have a seat.
Of course. You said you wished to speak with me and it was important.
Yes, I appreciate you coming. There are certain circumstances that I do not wish to be far from the city proper right now.
I had business anyway.
Oh, excellent. There's an issue, and I know that they have some dealings in Milwaukee. One of my associates was captured by an individual who had a number of thin bloods working for him. I believe they are producing the drug ash.
I've heard of the drug. Don't know a lot of details on it.
The Cinder Institute.
Yes, I've heard of them. They set up shop a few years ago. Keep to themselves. Don't really participate in the court. Don't really do anything.
Yeah, other than murdering kindred to make ash.
That's rather frightening and startling to hear.
Yes.
Any
'Cause
proof
that's
of
what
this?
that drug is.
Well, any proof of this?
Soon we will have information because we stole a laptop from their lab and samples of the blood they were using to keep my associates sedated.
Wait. You don't sedate kindred.
They were. Because I believed she was torpid, fed her from my own veins because I knew it should rouse her, and it did not.
That is definitely a situation, a bad one.
Yes, indeed. Well, needless to say, my associates and I in the rescue mission did destroy all the thin bloods in the facility, and there was another kindred there that we destroyed. I didn't even recognize his head popped off rather easily, but I will say that there was one, a gentleman in black, that was concerning to me because he used a power that is a secret of ours against me.
Describe him to me.
And she does.
Anything else stand out about him?
He obviously took great pride in his fighting prowess. I dare say he considered it an art form. I believe he is Toreador.
Viscount Prevost d'Arlincourt. There's only one man that meets that description.
How does he have our secret?
He is a mercenary. Sellsword, as he prefers to call himself. He works for anyone. Not big on asking questions about ethics involved in whatever he's asked to do. How did he get our powers? I did not know he had some of our inner secrets, but it is entirely plausible. He either took them as payment or took them other ways during one of his jobs. He is odd. He's ethically and morally, he is bankrupt in some ways, but very, very particular about his honor and others. He does not betray a contract. He does not turn his back on an employer. He does exactly what he's been hired to do. Considers himself a combat artist. My understanding is towards the end of Napoleon's Second Empire, he was embraced. Member of Napoleon's army at one point.
Yes, he is in Parisian history books.
He is we don't do it anymore, but you know, it was fashionable in Europe at the time for duels. He would frequently be hired to instigate a duel with another kindred so that he could destroy them at the payment of someone else. Now, I know that has fallen greatly out of fashion now. It is a different time then. Several princes enjoyed the risk of losing a subject to a duel that everyone got to enjoy and watch. Wasteful.
Yes, well, he was sent running with his tail between his legs.
That would mean the question is whether, what was he paid to do? What was his job? If he fled and his job involved destroying you or fighting you, he'll be back. Doesn't
He
give up
asked
on
to
his job.
leave. I attacked him.
Then that would say you were not his job.
And then I found out he was present at the nightclub that my associate was kidnapped from.
Then I think you know what he was hired to do. He is dangerous.
Aren't we all?
Well, he's dangerous in a different way. He is dangerous as he's relentless when he has a target. But when he doesn't have a target, he's no threat at all. To him, it's never personal. It's not. Trying to find a way to describe it. I only know him through reputation. It's odd that I would know it, but while I may be younger than you, I was directly involved in certain things you were not, as you were tasked other places. I don't think he could have been a Mithraic. He doesn't believe in anything other than the job.
Thank you for that insight.
And you say he's here.
Mm-hmm. He was in Indianapolis.
If you run into him and you don't kill him, I know you. I know your sense of justice and fair play. But if you decide not to kill him, tell him to come see me. I may actually have a job for him. He is a convenient cutout at times if you don't want your hands dirty in certain activities. Sometimes we're required to work with those we don't agree with, if it serves justice.
Thank you. Is there anything I can do for you?
At the moment, no. At the moment.
Any progress? It's
On which part?
figuring out who will align when I pursue?
That's what I want to speak to the Viscount about. There are certain holdouts that I think should have an accident as they stand in the way.
Excellent.
And the best way to do it is not to have our hands on it.
Absolutely.
But don't worry, I am working to pave the way.
Excellent. Any way I can assist, please let me know.
Oh, I will. Well, as I said, I have other business in the city I have to go take care of tonight.
Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate the time you have spared for me.
Well, I am always willing to come and speak with you. You're a good member. You are dedicated.
Indeed.
One of these days, we'll have to talk about you setting up your own group here in Chicago. We need more recruits from the area. And I think Chicago has the potential of having at least one or two who might lean our direction.
Perhaps.
And he stands
And she stands.
and he just gives you a bow and then he turns and leaves. What's Jackie? Anything Jackie doing next?
She's just sitting in her office processing that conversation. Because there were layers to it.
Well, yes, there were. So while you're processing, I guess we're going to have to flash over to Jenny. Jenny, you're at Amethyst, which is your nice hotel, resort hotel.
Yep.
And you're waiting up in the Zephyr Lounge for, well, Mr. Weatherbottom to join you.
Correct. She is sitting over near one of the big windows because she wants to just kind of look out, survey over Chicago, as it were. So,
As you're waiting, Bobby, he does arrive. He's about 10 minutes late, unfortunately. And he is not dressed according to the dress code.
it's fine. He gets an exception tonight.
His shirt actually looks like he might have slept in it. Blue jeans. But he comes in and he kind of looks harried as he comes in. And immediately comes over. Okay, I made time to come see you. I had to rearrange my whole damn schedule for the night. But I am here.
Well, I appreciate you penciling me in, but what's with the look?
I was down on south side.
Care
Anarch
to
Town.
elaborate?
I was down in Anarch Town.
Okay. So yes, but generally you don't look like, you know, the sheriff and the hounds are after you, so.
I was looking for Joe. My dumb ass went over into the Goblin Roads looking for him. And well, now you see what I come out looking like.
Yeah, well, don't do that.
That's he went in there a few weeks ago and nobody's seen him lately.
Well, if he's dumb enough to do something stupid in the Goblin Roads, that's not your problem. So let's not make it your problem, I'm saying.
Yeah, but see, without Joe around, I don't know where to find Duncan.
Okay. Well, sorry. The Duncan situation is sliding to the top of the priority list for something that I will be working on with the aid of some others. So don't worry too much about him. I know that probably doesn't put you at ease.
It doesn't.
But,
it really doesn't.
Tell you what. How's the wife doing?
And we're going to go there. She is the same as always.
Oh, well, no, see, you misunderstand me. Everybody seems to. I think it's the attitude, the air. People assume I'm threatening them. I'm actually offering to help you again. Free of charge this time because I need your help.
Look, she is in the same state she always is.
Perfect.
If I
Well,
wanted her helped, I could have helped her. Not going to do that to her. I don't want that done to her.
Oh, no, no, no. You misunderstand me. So you don't have to worry about her. I was thinking about putting you and the missus up in a suite here at Amethyst. You'll be entrenched in Ventru territory and under my protection more closely.
I have all the medical stuff and everything she needs right where she's at. I would prefer to leave her where she is.
Why? Or who's holding that leverage against you?
No one.
No one.
I want her where it's familiar. It's hard to explain it. We have a lot of memories there together. It's your home.
Well, I'm not saying get rid of the home. I'm saying this is more of short-term protection. And then when Duncan's gone, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can go back to your nice, cozy, cushy home life.
Duncan wouldn't go after her anyway. If he
Duncan
finds out
may
about
not.
me, he'll go after me.
Look, he may not, but some of his friends might. I'm just trying to help ease your mind. So, and I don't know who pays you home visits. So the project I would like to task you with is something that I really don't want any of your friends from down the south side getting involved in.
No one pays me home visits.
Oh, well,
That's the point of it being a home. That is what upset me so much when you came there.
sorry. I thought it was one of those mi casa su casa things.
No.
No? But we were bosom buddies. Oh, fuck it, Bobby. You're no fun.
Look,
She has like a laptop bag, and she just kind of picks it up, puts it on the table, slides it towards him.
what's this?
It's a laptop. I want you to get into it for me.
He takes it and pulls it out of the bag and looks at it, flips it over, reads the bottom of it, flips the lid up, hits the power button on it. Drive encrypted.
I don't know.
No,
I'm
it
not
is.
the
It's
computer
right there.
person. Oh, okay. Well,
Just waiting for
all
a
I was
password
told
just to get
is-
past the BIOS. It's drive encrypted.
look, this is all French to me, as it were. I just need you to get into it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it a try.
I appreciate you.
Most of the time, there's ways around this kind of stuff. Sometimes
Well-
hardware, sometimes software.
Tell you what. Do this for me, and I'll make sure the Duncan situation moves higher up on the list. That's not really a threat. That's just more of there's so much shit going on right now that Duncan keeps kind of sliding down the hill, as it were. So
Well, give me a day, and I'll let you know if I can get into it.
awesome.
I'll know either way within a day. Either it's got some sort of backdoor I can exploit, and then I'll have you a time frame, or it doesn't, in which case you're talking trying to brute force the encryption, which is a whole nother game. But I won't know until the workaround.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing from you then.
I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right. And if you need me, just let me know.
Yeah.
I'm never far.
And he puts the laptop back in the bag and he looks at you. I know you just blow it off that Joe went into the Goblin Roads, but he doesn't do that normally.
Well, Joe is part of my problem, but not necessarily my main problem right now. He's one of those the loose ends, as it were. So
I'll take care of this.
all right. Besides, maybe I'll take a trip to the Goblin Roads and see how Mr. Kerr is doing.
Well, hopefully this will keep my mind off things for a few days.
Look, Bobby, I was being sincere. If you want to hide someplace different, different change of scenery, change up your night to night life, just let me know. I am not a woman who is not unaccommodating. I know everyone thinks I'm being a bitch to them, but I'm actually trying to be nice. So,
If it comes to it, I will take you up on that.
excellent.
Is that better?
See, you just need to just understand me, and I understand you.
I will
Besides, you
never
look like shit. I thought
understand
maybe
you.
No, well, no. I mean, you look like you could use a hot shower or something. So I just. Do you need some cash or something?
No,
Like,
no, trust me, I've got more money than I know what to do with.
okay, well, just asking, just making sure.
But I'll get in on this and I'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
And he takes the laptop and hurries out of there. Is Jenny doing anything else afterwards?
Yeah, she actually she kind of like puts up her hand like this or whatever, because she's had like Tasha hanging out up there, so she wants her to come over
Okay.
for a sec.
Tasha comes over. Yes, Jenny.
The man I was speaking to, Mr. Weatherbottom. Quickly now, follow him. If he leaves the south side and starts heading toward Anarch territory, don't follow him any further. Don't be seen, please.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And she turns and heads over to it's the owner's elevator. The one that seems to move faster than the rest of them to allow Jenny to get ahead of people she wishes to in her own place. Anything else Jenny wants to do, or does that cover you for now?
Yeah, Jenny's good. She's just going to keep looking out the window, so.
Okay. And now we're actually flashing over to the club. Isabella, you last remember being told you can't escape. And in darkness, nothing else. And then you realize it's hazy, but you're in a bed. You don't know where you are at the moment, but you're in a bed for sure. And there's a gnawing hunger just filling you. But you slowly manage to shake away and come awake. As you open your eyes, you do realize you know where you are. You are in one of the basement suites of the club. And as soon as your eyes open up, you're immediately smothered by Emilio. Oh my God, oh God. You're back, Isabella. Thank you. Oh God. And he's just lightly, after like wrapping you in a giant hug, he's lightly caressing your face. You're awake. Don't do that to me. Don't. Thought I lost you.
I'm not that easy to get rid of.
You've been laying here for 3 days.
Imagine her eyes kind of go wide at that.
And you hear him yell. He just looks over and he yells towards the door, Peter. Because Jackie still had Peter there stationed to watch for Isabel to wake up. Text him, let him know. And Peter is texting the entire group that Isabel is awake, but we'll come back to that. Do you even know what happened to you?
Not a clue. Gonna fill me in.
They had you hooked to some sort of damn machine. Feeding blood in one arm, taking blood out the other. Locked in a lab. I don't know what they were doing to you. You and Honor. And Jackie assured me that she could give you blood and you would wake up. She gave you blood. You didn't wake up.
What about Honor?
Honor's still sleeping as well. or whatever you call it. She's in the room next to her, this one. Peter's mainly been keeping, he's got the door locked, but he's been keeping an eye on that door in case she comes to and tries to break free.
Has anyone tried to wake her?
Not yet. They were more worried about you. You know, and he gets a slight grin. Told you I'd burn the city down. Are you willing to settle for a building?
You promised me more. So disappointed, and she gives him a hug.
And he just sits there. When you hug him, you feel him just the tension, and he almost collapses against you. Please be careful. I can't. Look, I'm old. My heart can't take it. And you can actually feel the wet tears on your neck as he's hugging you.
It makes you feel better. I don't plan on doing it again.
I'm glad. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why they took you.
Who is they?
They called them thin bloods, is what I heard Jackie calling them. Bunch of doctors. They were doing something with your blood. I heard that specifically. Roscoe had mentioned that they had your blood on a microscope slide and were looking at it for something. I don't know how he could tell it was yours, but it was yours. I'm just glad they weren't turning you into ash.
Small blessings.
Yeah. I thought at first that Amelia had got you. Then I talked to the coterie and they helped me. We went out there to get you. Roscoe, that Roscoe guy, he followed your trail. I thought Keisha had done it. I was ready to kill her. She seemed as shocked as she didn't even know you were there. She was more worried about honor.
I hope she wasn't acting. It's hard to tell with snakes sometimes.
Yeah, it is. That's no doubt on that one. It's just glad you're back. I thought I'd lost you. I thought you weren't going to wait.
Well, it's a good thing I did. Otherwise, who would take care of you?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think there's anyone that could. You know, I'm so hard to take care of. And he grins again as he leans back from you. Do you need anything?
I'm as fine as I can be, but I do wish someone would wake Honor. I don't think I should be near there when it happens, but
He gets a
bit
funny look
parched.
on his face. Why would you say that?
Why I shouldn't be there?
Yeah, why would you say that?
Because I'm thirsty as fuck.
You know, I'm you can always take some from me.
Yes, But I'm very hungry, and I don't want to risk hurting you.
Yeah. I mean, you're not mortal. I'd say lay back and rest a little, but I don't think that really applies to your kind, does it?
I mean, I've been technically in rest for 3 days, so.
Yeah. And the two of you, I guess, in Emilio's way, it's almost like he's trying to convince himself that you're actually awake. Because he does seem to keep wanting to caress your hand, touch your arm. He's a lot more affectionate than normal as the two of you are here in this basement. And I assume the rest of the coterie is hightailing it to the club?
Jackie's on the phone to Peter while she's en route.
Okay.
You have her meal ready, yes?
I mean, we've got several in the club.
No, I'm talking the one that we caught trying to slip Molly the other night.
We can... He's been yelling up a storm, but if you want, we can chuck him in the room.
Yeah, I'm sure there's drugs somewhere in there. Drug him up.
Oh, if there's one thing we don't lack around here, it seems to be drugs. Mr. Cade left all kinds of little stashes.
Exactly. Go for it. And I'll be there shortly.
Okay. Anyone else have any texts they're going to send as they're heading over to go check on Isabella now that she's awoke?
Nicholas, I think, will send the dancing emoji, and then just say on my way.
Now, I'm going to assume that you all recovered like Isabella's sat phone and those kind of things. I'm not going to
Of course.
play that game. They didn't get rid of them, so. Isabella, you're sitting there with Emilio when Peter opens the door and there's a guy that he's kind of leading in. The guy is...
Oh, he's on the Molly that he was trying to slip in the lady's drink.
He's so high that he can't quite tell what's going on. Mr. Ron figured you might need a top off.
I'd say so.
And Emilio just stands up, says, I'll be outside the door.
Thank you.
And the two of them leave. How much are you going to drink? Are you going to kill this individual? You're going to actually I have to make you roll to see if you kill the individual. Please click frenzy when you go to feed from your character sheet. Messy critical, though. 5.
Oh, she kills him.
The beast. Well, see, no, because she passed the willpower check.
Yeah, but that's a messy crit.
It's a messy crit. Trying to decide, how do I want to make it manifest? Because
Doesn't kill him, but really fucking hurts him.
because the beast is going to push you
Yeah.
towards killing him. But let me look at something real quick.
And that one you totally can.
Yeah, she'd have the assumption that
Jackie would have someone that you could destroy.
Yeah.
So you're not even going to try to stop it? You're just going to kill him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And as you drink him down, the drugs hit your undead veins. Now, as always, your kindred, it doesn't hit you with the full force he had it. But he had a lot of Molly in him. It's not even near what Azule special does to you, but it's noticeable. And because you are extinguishing his life completely, I will let you set your hunger back to 0. As you drink until right at the edge of death, as his heart stops and you cease to drink. And when you let Peter and Emilio know, they actually take the body out of the room
they leave to take the body out of the room, Jackie walks in.
And the rest of the coterie appear and scene when you're ready, everybody.
Isabella, I'm so glad you have woken. And she goes up and hugs her.
Thank you for the rescue.
Of course, of course. Yes, that gentleman had been slipping Molly, trying to drug women in the club, so I put him on ice for you.
Imagine Isabella hugs you just like a tad too long.
Yeah. Darling, I had to give you a bit of my own blood. I was trying to wake you in the moment when we rescued you. I'm not going to push it. You will not get more.
Good. I wasn't sure if it was that or the Molly. To be honest with you,
it's probably that, and I won't push it because I don't have any desire to control you. There is a situation. Anna. I did not attempt to wake her yet because I wanted to speak with you first. Keisha, of course, wants her back. Even offered us a favor to return her. But it is her involvement with Keisha that got you both into this mess.
Do you think it was Keisha?
No, it was not Keisha. Keisha had no idea where Anna was gone. It was the Sender Institute, the people who make ash.
Why do you think it was her involvement with Keisha then?
Because she is in a city where they are actively hunting people to use for their purposes, to make drugs. And it's not just ash they're making, because there was an individual that I swear had some of your power. So they're making drugs with vampiric powers by not killing vampires as well, by keeping them sedated. Because I fed you from my veins 3 nights ago, and you're just now waking. It had to wear off whatever they were giving to you, which we did take a sample of the blood to have it to check it out, to see what it is they were giving you.
Did you get the guy who was doing it at least?
All of the doctors and lab techs and the nurse are all dead. One other, an actual kindred, was destroyed, and there is a gentleman, a man in black. I believe he was at the nightclub the night you were taken.
My memory is a bit hazy of it all.
I understand. Yes, I found out exactly who he is, and he did survive, but he got his ass thoroughly kicked by Jenny and myself.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yes.
Almost fortuitously, Ginny walks in as the Gideon's ass kicked exits Jackie's mouth. Sorry for cutting in.
No, Jenny can turn into a magnificent black bear.
Look,
Wow.
It's hot.
it is hot. That fur is heavy.
I bet. But yes, so what would you like to do about Anna? I can wake her. Hell, I can bond her. If you want to keep her away from Keisha.
We should wake her. If she's not, could you tell if she's already bonded to Keisha without bonding her yourself? Or no?
Storyteller, can I?
No, you can't tell if someone's bonded. There is a ritual from the Tremere have a ritual that can do it. And otherwise, Scry the Soul has a chance to do it, but only if you get both the one who's bonded and the regent who holds the bond in the same room.
I sadly cannot. I don't know if Roscoe can or not.
Oh. Dick the Dick. The domain's warlock. Could he do it if Roscoe can't? I mean, I know we don't want him involved, but maybe one of us could use our boon.
He does owe us a favor.
Just throwing that out. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Dealing with assholes tonight, so his brain, his mental image.
Would you be willing to cash in your favor for that?
Me?
No, I'm talking to Isabella.
Oh.
What I was thinking is if you wouldn't mind trying a low-level bond just to see if she is bonded with Keisha already. Yours takes.
If she is smart, she can act like it does. I would have to make sure it is a full bond.
See, here's the thing, though. If she's unconscious when it's happening, would she have known you actually bonded her? Would she know to act?
If I feed her and the drugs have worn out of her system now, she will wake.
Okay.
And if she is in a true torpor now, just waiting to be fed or eventually wake up on her own, she will actually be aware of things potentially going on around her. Potentially. I would keep her detained. Gently, of course. She is in a very nice suite. For over 30 days. As I bond her. That is if that is what you want to do. Otherwise, I rouse her and send her packing back to Keisha, but you must let her go. Because she
It should be her thought, her choice.
Do you think she can actually think for herself? She has
Which is why I was wanting to know, yes.
Because even if she isn't bonded, she has been basically living with Keisha. For how long?
Months.
They don't have to bond to corrupt, darling. And you said she has the tattoo on her back. I saw it myself. They do not have to bond to corrupt. Give a vulnerable girl who's been under thumb and been kept like a possession a taste of freedom, and then encourage her to run with it. That's all it took.
Would you go ahead and wake her? Not a second necessarily, but I feel like...
When Roscoe gets here, I'll ask him if he's able to check for bonds.
Check for what? As I walk in.
I'm sorry. Roscoe, do you have the ability to check for bonds?
I could try, but I don't know that it would work. There's a Tremere ritual that can do it, but I don't know that one. I have one of the lower power Tremere.
I will let you use Scry the Soul on a critical win. It is possible to learn that on a critical.
Okay, let's try something.
Okay, so we'll be right back.
Right.
We'll see
Without a critical, you can learn it by seeing if they're both in the same room, because you can see the auras merging. But I will let you, if you get a critical, I will give you a chance to discover it. So you go into Honor's room. As you're coming out, is Nicholas there as they're coming out of the room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nicholas is coming in with a like an igloo cooler in his hand, and heads towards Isabella's room as like in passing.
Mm-hmm. Give us just a moment, Nicholas. We're going to check and see if Honor is bound.
So we'll flash to you in a second, Nicholas. Roscoe, you and Jackie go into Honor's room, and
Isabella goes too.
Isabella goes too. When you go into the room, Honor is laid out on a bed. And you can see she's not the same as she was when she was put it. When you originally put her into bed, she was not in a full torpor state, you could tell, because she wasn't rigid. But as you come in now, she is completely rigid.
Jackie will actually walk up to Anna and will gently touch her hand and say, "My associate is going to check you, and then I will try to wake you. Just in case she can hear."
Okay. Roscoe, you're going to roll intelligence aspects.
And then as Nicholas saw including Isabella going towards the room, he's going to follow them.
There's your crit right there.
8 with a
That
crit.
is.
For 8 with a crit, the emotional state of the subject, I will tell you, scared. But she has an emotional state, which tells you she's aware of what's going on in the room.
She is aware of what we're doing, what's happening in here.
And she is bound to somebody.
And she is bound, though I can't tell you to whom.
Part of her aura does not, it's the way it colors does not appear to be hers. That's why you think she's bound. It's parts of her aura seems to be a link to someone else's aura.
Yeah, her aura suggests that she's linked to someone else. It's not hers. But like I said, I can't tell you to whom.
All right. Jackie opens up a nightstand drawer and grabs a steak.
Okay.
She bites her wrist, puts it over Honor's mouth, has the steak over her heart, just in case.
Please make a rouse check.
Mm-hmm. Has a steak over her heart, and then she releases a rouse check's worth of vitae into her mouth.
And as you start to feed her, you do that. Honor's hands shoot up, grab your wrist, lock onto you. Rouse again, please, as she tries to draw more blood.
Instead, I'm going to stake her.
Okay. Then you roll to stake her. She's aware at least, so she can try to move. I will let you roll. She has only 1 die for defense for now, as she's trying to draw more blood. She's not moving. I will let you have it. As she tries to draw more blood out of you, your other hand comes down with the stake, sending her right back into torpor. Actually paralyzed.
Paralyzed. She's not torpid.
Right,
She's
she's not
aware. I can
torpid,
have a
she's paralyzed.
conversation with her. Jackie takes her hand back and licks the wound. Now, Anna, you were very hungry, I understand. But you will not drink me down, dear.
Anyone else got a reaction to what Jackie just did? What did Roscoe rouse for? Oh, you roused for your Scry the Soul. Got it.
I think at this point, Nicholas just kind of towards the back of the group is watching everything and then just sort of leans slightly closer to Isabella. Are you that hungry?
It was. It's taken care of.
So then at that point, I think Nicholas will take the igloo cooler that he has on the way in, not being sure necessarily how the food situation was going to be handled because he's been staying away for personal reasons. So he sits the igloo cooler down next to Honor and then just kind of opens it. And it's got 4 of his private stash blood bags just to give her something to drink that is less problematic for us.
Okay.
We do not know if she can tolerate that, Nicholas.
This is not. This is regular blood.
Oh, it hasn't been hemolyzed.
No.
Oh, no, you can still have it that way. It's just she doesn't get much from it. She has to drink 2 bags for a single blood point.
Okay. And
Yeah, that's why because Nicholas knows
Yeah.
it takes a lot, which is why he put 4 in there. But yeah, no, he's not giving anybody the dead stuff. He keeps that for himself.
Okay. So she will take one, snap off the bottom, and hold it over her mouth to give her another feeding.
Okay.
Now,
As
no.
oh,
That's
go ahead.
you have to give her 2 bags from a mechanical
so
standpoint.
I give her 2.
Okay.
And then I say, now, Anna, I'm going to release the steak now.
Okay, what is Isabella was going to do something? Isabella, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just gonna explain to her, like, tell her what I know of what had happened. That we were kidnapped. Someone was experimenting with us.
I'll wait until she actually is alert.
Yeah.
And Jackie takes out the steak.
When you pull out the steak, she does. Vampires don't breathe, but she
does
gives a
gasp.
massive gasp.
Mhm.
You staked me.
You were going to eat me, darling.
I was hungry.
I know.
Couldn't help it, but you staked me.
Yes, I did.
And
then Nicholas
that
at
blood
this-
tastes like shit.
I know. I can get you something else. This was just to make you able to actually have a conversation.
Oh, at that point, Nicholas will just kind of like go up, grab his blood, and then take it back. It's just like,
Some of us are a little pickier.
Who drinks that shit?
I do.
Peter, find someone for Anna.
I'll see if we can find somebody, ma'am.
Thank you. Has Keisha bound you, Anna?
Don't know what you're talking about. What?
Don't
No.
lie to me. You are bound.
No, I'm not bound.
Yes, you are, Honor.
Yes, you are. I saw it.
Jenny from the back, she's kind of leaning against the wall by the door. She's just like, knowing the snakes, she maybe doesn't know. She could have done it while she was otherwise indisposed.
Tell me how you feel about Keisha.
I mean, she's a great friend. She's taught me a whole lot. I love spending time with her. I mean, she's smart. She's funny. What's not to like about her?
The
Jenny,
snake part.
Jenny like slaps her knee like that fake kind of like movie. Ha!
You all
Yeah,
have
you're
such-
bound.
You have bad opinions of the ministry, and I haven't seen anything bad about them yet.
Really?
They like to have fun. They talk about independence and doing what you like and what you want to do. And after what I went through with Decker, doesn't seem like a bad idea.
There are ways of doing that without being part of the ministry, though. That's not the only way of doing it. There are things you have to do when you're part of a group like that.
Mm.
Things that take away the independence, whether you realize it or not.
Such as you are bound to someone.
Yeah. Plus, right now you're in the sex, drug, and rock and roll phase. Then later they start asking you to do other things.
And her eyes take a hard edge to them. I'm not bound. Keisha would not do that to me.
Well, if not Keisha, then who?
Mm-hmm.
Isabella will offer Honor her wrist and be like, okay, then bond to me. You know me. You've known me. I got you out of some pretty bad situations where I wouldn't use a bond. That's not how I roll. You know this. And then you know for sure.
She looks at you, Isabella. I was bound to Decker once. I won't be bound again. I'm sorry. We're friends, but no, I won't. No.
You
No.
are, dear.
How do you know you're not?
Stop saying that I'm not. Keisha would not do that to me.
Do you feel drawn to return to her?
I mean, she's my friend, of course I do.
Yet she didn't know her ass from a hole in the ground on how to find you when you went disappeared.
I was your friend too. Were you as drawn to return to me?
I come to visit every chance I got.
Is it the same? Be honest with yourself.
Maybe.
I'm gonna suss that one out.
Okay, go ahead. Anyone else wants to roll your insight. Pick one. Wits insight, intelligence insight. Pick something that goes with
I want to know
insight.
desires on her.
Go with that one too if you want.
Can I use need for
Yeah.
insight?
Need is a good one. You can go with that.
I am willpowering. So I got 5.
Okay, 5. Isabella's got 3, it looks like. Nicholas
I got 2.
with his wonderful 2. Roscoe with a 2. Jenny with a 7 on a messy crit. Now, I don't like doing messy crit on passive rolls like this because that's kind of silly. You're not going to... Well, actually... Actually... Give me a frenzy check, Jenny. Okay. More than enough to hold it. You could tell she doesn't believe what she's saying to you right now. And your beast is not happy with that fact because the only thing worse than a lying is, you know, someone who's a caged animal and doesn't realize they've been caged.
Ginny kind of like kicks herself off the wall, like she's kind of leaning against it, kind of kicks herself back up off the wall, uses her left foot and she kind of kicks the door shut, starts marching over towards Honor. She gets real close to her, like right in her face. She's just like looking in her eyes, staring. She's like, you know, Honor, you're not a very good liar. Though, fortunately, in your case, you believe the lie.
And she tries to stare Jenny down.
Oh.
But it doesn't work. She's under the glare of an obvious predator that is much older than she is. Her eyes break away long before yours do.
She's bound. She doesn't want to admit it to herself. Ginny kind of stands up, backs up a step.
I will offer you hospitality for the bond to wear off.
I want to go home. Let me go back.
You can either be awake
I'm awake now.
or not.
We will provide you sustenance and then you will stay. We will check back in a week.
Isabella, you can't let them keep me prisoner. We're friends, you know that.
If it's to keep you out of another prison, one that I don't know if you can get out of, I have to. I can't let you be in another situation like Decker.
It is for your good, Anna, I promise.
You can see her start to say something and then she clams her mouth shut. Not gonna get a say in this, am I?
Not under your current influence, no. I'll be happy to let you leave once you are clear of it.
You said you wouldn't let anyone bond you ever again. If she bonded you without your permission.
Is she your friend?
Of course she's my friend.
See, this is why I will check with you in a week.
You'll want to know. For sure.
Well, if I'm going to be a prisoner, the prisoner would like to be left alone.
Well, before we leave, and since you and Isabel are here together, can I ask you about the night you were together before you disappeared.
Oh, so you're going to interrogate the prisoner?
No, just a question, a friendly question for both of you. What do you, as you were dancing, what do you remember that night? Does anyone stick out in your memory?
I was dancing with a friend that, well, I thought someone who was my friend. And we saw a man in black, and then I went to go get a bite from somebody who went to the bathroom, and then somebody said I can't escape. Then I woke up. Well, I became aware of this bed.
You remember nothing in between.
No, that's not quite true. I had a sharp pain in my neck. And then nothing.
Does Isabella remember that?
Nope. But going down the hallway, Honor was ahead of you. You were closest to the hallway leading to the rest of the club.
Since Ginny's still really close, and Honor's being a bitch, she's gonna grab Honor, like the hair around the back of her head, and she's gonna kind of twist her head around next. She wants to look at her neck, see if she's got like marks on it anywhere.
Easy, Jenny.
She'll be fine.
Honor has not had a chance to heal either of the wounds. She has
a hole in her chest, too.
small pinprick in the back of her neck. You would guess a needle or a dart of some kind.
Yeah, Ginny kind of is like, here, and she's pointing at it. Right here. They
Jackie
stuck
takes a
her-
look at it.
Yep. Needle or dart of some kind.
Thank goodness we murdered every single one of them.
Except for the one.
Yes, but he's a mercenary.
The prisoner would like to be left alone. Can you all leave me alone now?
Would the prisoner like another hole in her chest, or would she like to shut her mouth?
Stop.
Whatever. Ginny kind of just like throws Honor's head back as she lets go of her hair. You guys are no fun anyway. She kind of marches out of the room.
What's the rest of the coterie do?
Nicholas will go to offer the blood bags again, think better of it, and then follow Ginny out.
Well, and I think thanks for answering the questions. Roscoe leaves.
And as you're leaving, she yells out, "Go fuck yourself." Does Jackie leave? Or Isabella?
She's not leaving until Peter brings something for her to eat.
Now that may take some time. But she got enough, you know she's not at 4 hunger, so you could leave her for at least a day to calm down before you brought food to her.
I will return when we have sustenance for you. And she turns and leaves.
Since Isabella's the last one there now,
Mm-hmm.
she'll turn to Honor and she'll... I'm sorry. I don't want to do this, and I know you'll hate me for it. But if it'll potentially protect you, I'll deal with that consequence.
I thought we were friends. Now you're going to
We
keep
are.
me as a prisoner against my will, treating me like Decker did.
No. That's what Keisha's. And she'll close the door and leave.
And as you close it, Peter slams the locks that keep the door, heavy-duty door, from being opened.
Mm-hmm.
And you all, I assume you're gathered in the hallway.
We're going to go upstairs.
Okay. And I will let you all have a scene. Because there's let's do this before break after all. It's the finale after all. I will let you all have a scene where you all discuss the events now that Isabella is fully woken. So I turn it back over to the players up in the conference room as you gather back up. Or up in one of the upper rooms to hang out.
I am sorry, Isabella. But it is for her own good.
I know. And if she hates me for it, at least by the end of it, she won't be bonded.
Exactly. And if she hates me for it and returns right back to Keisha, that's okay. If they decide to get uppity, it gives me an excuse to murder them all.
Amen. Also, I'm not apologizing for my behavior.
I'm not asking you to, Jenny.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to. Because that bitch is lying to herself and lying to us. But I asked Bobby to look at the laptop. Hopefully I'll find out something more about that tomorrow.
Excellent.
So we can keep that ball rolling.
Who has the samples of the blood that was being infused?
I believe Nicholas had that.
I have them.
Have you been able to test them to see what was in them?
Would Nicholas, or would he have just been doing the...
Well, you've had 3 days. But do you have a whole bunch of equipment to test blood? That takes some specialized equipment. I don't know if Nicholas had that on stock or he's waiting for it to arrive now.
Yeah, we'd probably be waiting for it to arrive, I think, at this point.
Yeah, because the mortuary don't do the autopsies, so you generally wouldn't have that kind of lab equipment.
Not yet. However, I was able to look through the notes I acquired. Most of it was nonsense, chemical formulas, the science behind their bullshit. But I did find one page particularly interesting, and Nicholas will pull a folded piece of like notebook paper out of his pocket, clearly torn from a notebook, and he'll hand it over to Jackie. And so it says,
I'm going to share it as well for everybody, just to make it easy on people.
Yeah. So it says tracker D1, and then the next line, hook to extractors, and then the next line, test D2 formula on subject 1.
Everyone should have the note now visible in their fantasy grounds.
I can guess what hook to extractors means, and he'll look over at Isabella.
One of us is a tracker, then.
I would imagine Anna is D1. She was the one who either was injected or darted for capture.
We are leading them right here, then.
Let them come.
What's
Let them fucking come. I will murder them all. They dared to take you. For me, it goes beyond we are a coterie. We are loyal to one another. I will do everything to ensure I protect those that are loyal.
It's appreciated. I just want to ensure that you are protected, too.
I understand and I appreciate that. Subject 1 would have been the individual I told you that appeared to have some of your powers used. So you were D2. So we can handle Anna as we are doing now, or I can go down there and just destroy her out of hand. What would you like for me to do?
She can stay with me.
She cannot stay with you while she is bonded to Keisha. She will stay here. She will turn on you the moment you turn your back, and she will leave.
Plus, the upside of them coming to us here is we have more of our own rights, as it were, since we hold domain here. So it's smarter to keep her here. If they're going to come for her here, then, you know.
Well, I found out that the man in black is a French viscount. Basically a former general of the French and within the French military during the Napoleonic Wars. He is a mercenary. He takes contracts to perform jobs. His job was not to destroy us. His job was somehow tied to ensuring that individuals got lured or trapped for this testing and laboratory. So, truly, I did ask some of my other associates about him because he used, well, I've disclosed this to Jenny, but I might as well tell you all. I am a member of a cult, a vampiric cult. It is the cult of Mithras. I know Mithras is not a god. Some of the cult members think he is. He is my ancestor. The tenets of the cult align with who I am as a person. So, while I am part of the cult, for the benefits it gives me, I also do serve it. It's rather nice having a militaristic army at your beck and call when you need them. Because that is what that cult is. There's a talent that I have that is a cult secret that this man in black has. So I needed to know if he was a member I was not aware of, or if he was a failed member. But he is neither. He likely got it as payment for something.
May have gotten it through other experiments.
Or other means, such as if he had a target that happened to be a cultist, he might have slept them. He never fails his contracts. So I suspect I'll be seeing him again soon.
You think the contract had something to do with you?
No,
Or that
Honor
you
awry.
but I prevented him from leaving by fighting him. Jenny was involved, but I was the one that initiated.
I mean, I wasn't going to let you have all the fun.
I know, darling, and you were magnificent. I'm sorry he hit you as much as he did.
Oh, no, it's fine. Next time, I figure he won't see me coming. I saw some really cool videos of bears, like, with their mouths on people's heads.
Oh,
So, gave me some ideas.
but yes, Isabella, if you have installed in your place a secure space,
It
I
can
will
happen
let
within a few
you
days.
take her.
I'm torn. I'll be honest with you, Jackie.
Give it some time to think. She will be here for now. I promise I will not harm her.
Oh, that's not what I'm worried about. I don't want to put... We're stronger together, but I don't want to put any of you in more danger than we already are.
And I really don't want you taking the danger upon yourself. It is better here. We are all here.
May I offer an alternative theory?
Go ahead. I could be wrong.
It seems we are assuming Honor was the target. If she was the tracker and the point was to
Get Isabella.
get Isabella because she's the one whose formula was used for
True.
the subject.
True.
Perhaps Isabella is the one that should be...
Protected?
Yes.
I will say, no one outside of you all has seen me use that power except Amelia. So either he found it as a happy accident.
He mentioned to me, because when I told him that he had taken one of my associates, he mentioned basically that's what happens in war. If it is war his employers want, I will give them war. I have already sent the cult of Mithras after them in Milwaukee, made the head there aware of the Cinder Institute.
Is it possible that the reason why he used Honor as a tracker is that he's working for the ministry? And the war he speaks of is against interests that they have. We've made it not unclear how snakes get treated. A number of them have died, have met their final death.
2. Just 2.
And we have an active participant in trying to take away one of their interests.
Maybe. But again, if it is war they want, it is war they will get. I will not back down. I will not roll over and play dead.
If war is the end result, I may need I'm sure you've noticed I'm not particularly adept at fighting.
No, you can take a hit, though.
Yes, my childhood has taught me that, if nothing else. Thankfully, it did translate to the unlife.
If you would like, Etienne can give you some training.
I suspect, if nothing else, being able to fire a gun without shooting myself would be useful.
He can certainly teach you that. He taught me.
Are there any of our abilities that I may be able to trade any of you for that may also be beneficial if we are gearing up?
I don't know. You've seen my bag of tricks, so you'd have to tell me.
Her bag of tricks is very good, especially when she shares.
I also do one-on-one lessons if you need, Nicholas. We can toughen you up a little bit more.
All that sounds like is being thrown out of a window.
I've got different heights now, so we can test it out. Just let me know.
I'll keep that in mind.
While you were having your evening at the club, Isabella, we did go to the pit that Nicholas needed to go to for his favor to Damien. And as a matter of fact, Jackie reaches in her bag and pulls out a manila envelope and hands it over to Nicholas. There are your photographs.
There's several photographs of the band in there, various members on stage. There's clearly one with Damien and various people. Now, you don't know who you're looking for, but you see him with a large number of different bandmates at various points. So since you don't know what she looked like, you can't be sure if any of those would be her. But there are several with him with a woman. So there's a good chance one of them might work. Jackie, did you keep the photo that is odd? Or is that in the envelope too? There's one photo that caught some lupine. Is that in the pile?
No, it's actually not. She takes that out separately. This one is definitely of some interest to us, though.
And she lays a photo down, and it's got several lupine on the photo, but barely made out. The film had obviously degraded it, but there's a man behind a group of lupine that seems to be ducking away. It is one that, well, only one member of this coterie has physically seen before. Roscoe, you recognize the individual in the back of the lupine pack. Balthazar.
Are they lupines facing him or away from him?
They're running from where he's standing towards the rest of the people.
Okay.
That looks like somebody led them there.
That is Balthazar, right?
Oh, is that him? And she turns
Yes.
it around and looks at his face real good. Fantastic.
So what would he have to do with lupine?
He was Loden's sheriff at the time.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
Yes. I'm going to take this to the prince. And she takes the photo.
I was gonna say, is this photo is leading more credence to the theory that it was a coup, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, cool. Just making sure. Damn. Fucking Chicago. Haven't said that in a minute.
Do we have a strategy for taking it to the prince? I mean,
I will see if he calls
He's obviously involved.
Yes, I'll see if he calls a blood hunt on him or not.
Perhaps we should make a duplicate.
Absolutely. This is just a copy.
I assumed as much, but
I have a copy of every photo you have in there. And
Perfect.
I have the film.
Now, before we go telling the prince, do you think?
I'm not killing the prince. It will just tell me what I need to know, if he was involved or not.
Well, no,
I-
not say killing him. We go talking to him, letting him know whatever. Would he be able to associate the picture? Like, would he know where the picture came from?
I will tell him.
And would that implicate Damien? Because obviously they were at the concert.
Damien was performing. They were coming in through that side entrance to attack the audience and the performers.
Mm-hmm.
It was a massacre.
And if that place was or is spiritually significant to them, they may have drawn additional
Power. Yes,
It would have made it even more likely.
to be a massacre.
I'd be interested to find out if anyone recommended to Damien that they play there specifically on that night.
Ask him when you give him the photos. But make sure you get that ring in exchange.
Oh, yes, that is what all of this has been leading to. Assuming.
And you do owe me a favor, Nicholas. Getting those developed and kept secure was expensive.
Just let me know.
Will do. But Jess, talk with him first. I will hold this, not go to the prince yet. Find out from Damien if it was suggested. And let him know I have a photograph where it appears Balthazar led the lupine into there.
You want me to offer that information to Damien?
Yes, he can talk to me if he wishes.
Understood.
I do not have anything against him. He tries to do his job to the best of his ability.
So as the conversation dies down, I think right here, everybody, will be a good spot to go to break. What's to come in the second half? We're going to find out. See everybody in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins. political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They rip me up, shut me up, shut me up, rip me up, rip me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, me beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, me youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Ajabet Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, Isabella woke up, everybody. And it wasn't exactly a great wake up for her because all kinds of trouble came from it as they woke up on her. But Jackie did get the photos from the pit. And there's a lot of good information. Isabella now knows the situation, that Honor has been bound to Keisha, though she didn't realize she got bound. Damn ministry, sneaky little sneaky snakes. Where we open up, Nicholas, you've arranged to meet with Damien. And as always, Damien's asked you to come to Star Child Studios.
So Nicholas will head there. Yeah.
And when you arrive tonight, the previous times you've been there, there's been a man out front watching the place, but tonight there isn't. When you walk in, Damien is alone in the place. He's got headphones on. He appears to be doing something at the soundboard as you come in. but he can somehow knows when you come in the building because he takes the headphones off the moment you come in and turns around. Mr. Bowens, how you doing?
I noticed you are distinctly lacking in your typical entourage. Is that intended?
Well, yes, they're busy. Come on. I can't have them with me all the time. They have their own lives to live. So I've got them. They're doing their thing tonight. I wouldn't even be meeting with you if you didn't say it was important.
Just making sure your usual doorman not being there was part of the plan.
Raymond is an odd individual. Some nights he's not suited for doorman. Some nights he is.
Understood. I hope to have found what you were looking for, and he'll take out the manila envelope and offer it over to Damien.
Now, which photos are in it? Is the photo of Balthazar in the envelope as well?
Jackie kept that.
So he'll show him like all of the photos that might have who he would guess. I mean, anything that Jackie gave him, because Nicholas doesn't know what he's looking for. He'll offer it over.
And he goes through and starts looking through the photos one at a time. When he gets to one of them, he stops. And you see his hands start to shake as a single blood tear leaks down his cheek. And the picture you see him looking at, the negative was damaged, wasn't great, but it's clearly a statuesque redhead that he seems to be looking at. You did it. You found her. I didn't. That'll teach me to give someone an impossible task, isn't it?
It was certainly. I did not expect finding it to be easy, but it was harder than I expected.
A deal's a deal on this one. I am a man of my word. He takes and you see him reach up under his shirt. And he doesn't even bother to unclasp the necklace. He just snatches the chain, pulling out a gold chain with a platinum band on it.
I'm going to do binding fetter just to make sure that this is...
Okay. And there's no roll for binding fetter, as I recall. It's a fetter for sure.
Yeah.
It just allows you just take a penalty to your rolls while you're using it.
Yeah. I did... On looking through the photos, Nicholas takes the ring. I feel that's very important.
And he's not even looking at you. He's just staring at the photo.
When I was looking through the photographs on that particular camera, of all the places and all the times, why there?
He's still looking at the photo. I don't know what you mean. It was a place to play. I don't understand the question.
How did you guys find the place?
Garwood told us about it. Said it'd be a great place for a concert.
Did he tell you a time?
I mean, we were looking we'd put the word out. We were going to do a show that night. We just hadn't figured out where, and Garwood suggested the acoustics were good, so let's do it there.
I do believe you may wish to speak with Miss Durand. It seems on that camera were also some photographs of a gentleman named Balthazar with lupine.
When you say that, his head shoots up. Say that again.
I am going to instinctively house for toughness because
Okay.
I don't like where this may end up going.
And you get hungrier.
Damn, that 0 didn't last for long.
And you get hungrier. And your beast. Do it. Tell him. Tell him his loved one was killed by one of his kind.
I believe you understood what I said. We have a photo that you may wish to take a look at and judge for yourself. Mr. Rond has offered an audience whenever you need, but she's more than willing to let you have access to that photograph.
And you see him sitting there, he's clenching his hands over and over. He's laid the photo down to do it.
He doesn't want to ruin it. I get it. 100%.
And then he's not there anymore. And you hear the door of the studio crash as he slams through it.
And at that point, I think Nicholas is going to send a message to Jackie. Damien might be coming pissed as fuck.
She texts back, "It's quite all right. Make sure if he left them lying out that you put them back in the envelope."
Oh, and Nicholas will, whatever, like if I'm assuming he'd like sat the photos down.
Mhm.
So Nicholas will put them back in the envelope and try to find a safe place in the studio.
I mean, it's a mixing board. They've got lots of little, dials and damn sliders. You could tuck it right at the top with the sliders and hold it in place.
Yeah, so somewhere where it's not just going to like go missing, but then at the same time, I mean, we've got duplicates, so we can like if something happens. But yeah, it's somewhere where he can see it, but also where it's safe. So when he comes back, it's there.
Okay.
And then I will head back towards the club because I don't know what's about to happen, but it might not be good.
Jackie, you got that text as you were arriving at Elysia. It is a night that Jackson is called in Elysia, not a required, but it's where the court is gathered tonight.
Okay, I thought I'd be getting ready for it. That way if Damien came to her haven.
No, it's late. The timing didn't line up.
Okay.
But Damien, if he wants to do something in Elysia, well, he pays the price, not you.
That's true. And she does have the photograph with her. She will wait and see if Damien shows up first before she goes to the prince.
Okay. And as you wander Elysia at the time, there's no Damien. Number of the court is here, not all of them, of course. But Jackson is circulating the crowd. He seems to be a man of the people tonight,
Mm-hmm.
which he does that from time to time. It's a gathering. It's to celebrate the new ballet that's in town, is what it's
It's a gala.
titled as, but it's really just a chance for the
And-
kindred of the city to gather and do business.
And basically for Annabelle to host a party.
Well, of course.
So,
So it's not hard for you to pull him inside if you wish to request a meeting.
I will. When he goes by her, she will acknowledge him. Mr. Jackson, because I'm sure there are some people here too.
Well, it's mostly kindred, but there are a few that you don't recognize.
Yes.
Whether they're ghouls or not, you don't know.
Right. Mr. Jackson,
Mr. Rond?
it's a pleasure to see you.
No, it's good to see you here. I know you tend to attend a lot of the Elysia meetings.
I do. I mean, that way, if anyone needs to do any business, they know where to find me.
It is the purpose of these a lot of times.
Exactly. I would like to have a moment of your time for a private conversation a little later, if you don't mind.
And he looks around. No time like the present, I guess.
All right.
If you'd follow me, there's a side area we can talk freely.
Excellent. And she follows him. She really didn't want to do this right now, but okay, she will.
He takes you to a side room. The prince decides.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really a full room, but it's a curtained off area where there's several of them around where kindred go in, pull the curtains, discuss things, and then when they leave the curtains open. And he takes you in there. Well, normally when you have these meetings with me, you have your rest of your coterie with you. I find it odd it's just the two of us.
Well, I just figured it was the best opportunity to have a conversation with you at an event like this.
No.
And she takes the photograph out of her purse and says, "You know you gave permission for Nicholas to investigate the pit.
Yes.
Well, we found evidence there." And she shows him the photograph.
And he looks at it.
And she is reading him while he's looking at it.
You found that in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can understand why it was sealed. You are Ventru. You understand the importance of Chicago to the Camarilla. If it gets out that the sheriff of the former prince of the Jewel of the Camarilla led Lupine against kindred in his court, on the same night that he was meeting with members of the Primogen Council, members, I dare say, were not his friends. On the same night his haven was attacked by Lupine. Do you know what the effect on the city and the tower as a whole would be? Do you know what the effect on Clan Ventru would be?
Please. Ventru along the centuries have been betrayed by other clans. We handle it when we rule with a blood hunt.
But what if the betrayal is the Ventru himself?
Explain.
Don't have to explain anything. Think it. If you have enemies that you can't attack directly, what better way to remove them than start a fucking war?
Is that what you're doing, Kevin?
And he looks at you and he just laughs. I had nothing to do with it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now.
Slight difference. I am not trying to get my Primogen killed. I am not a Ventru betraying the kindred to the Lupine to remove political opponents. But if it gets out, Loden did that.
He is already known worldwide as an abject failure, Kevin.
There is abject failure And then there is the jewel of the Camarilla betrayed by their own prince.
Mm-hmm.
That's not getting out. That place was sealed for that reason. I found out. I didn't know at the time, actually. I found out when Naomi began her investigation. All I knew was there were some lupine attacks, and I was not there to provide the security at Lodin's penthouse that I normally did. You see, I was sent away that night. Very convenient. I had hoped his secret would have died with him.
Mm.
But then he didn't die.
Exactly.
You wondered what kind of berries he has, or bodies he has buried. That's one of them. Peterson ordered it covered up. Yet another Ventru. Complicit. Keeping the truth of the betrayal. How many know of this photo?
My coterie.
I expect those photos destroyed. For the good of Clan Ventru.
Is that a command?
No, I expect you to do your duty as a Ventru. You understand the effects this would have. It would call not only into question Lodin's failure, Peterson's failure, my rule, the clan's dominance over Chicago. Like many things, we have our bad apples and we sweep them under the rug for the good of the clan.
Yes, but if you keep them around other apples, the other apples go bad as well. It will be done, and she leaves.
Okay. And as you leave and you're cutting across the floor, there's suddenly a tap on your shoulder. Care to dance, mademoiselle? And there's a guy standing there behind you that you recognize. Tonight he is still wearing all black. Though it is not what he was wearing before, his suit is shades of black. Lighter on the outer edges, and as it goes to his shirt and his tie, it's darker and darker, almost a darkening of shadows in a suit.
And
Very
Jackie,
tastefully done.
Jackie is wearing a floor-length black evening gown with with golden lace embroidery on it. Oh, wie kommt der Arlencourt?
I see you know who I am. May I have the pleasure of your name, madame?
Jacqueline
Mademoiselle,
Durand.
of course. I asked for a dance.
And she puts her hand in his. We can dance.
And though people aren't dancing here, he begins to dance.
Mm-hmm. And Jackie does.
And it is a very old dance, actually. It reminds you of the French courts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, funny to run into you here. I hope you understand. No hard feelings. There's nothing personal.
Oh, no, I know you don't take much personally. It's just a job, right?
Oh, that's correct. You have done your research on me. I'm flattered.
You should be.
Yes, it is a job.
Excellent.
One that it was complete.
That it is complete. Excellent. Are you currently looking for new employment?
Well, I am between jobs at the moment. Why would you like to hire me?
I have an associate that might. Mr. Arjun Shaw in Milwaukee.
I will make a note to call on him.
Excellent.
I really do hope there's no hard feelings.
Oh, well.
I did ask to leave.
You did. Tell me about the job.
Yeah. A man in my business can only say certain things. You see, the contract is what's important. And it is a matter of, well, as I'm sure someone like you would understand. It's all in the wording, in the fine print.
Of course it
You
is.
see, my particular employer, I cannot reveal who he was.
I understand.
I cannot reveal where he contacted me.
I understand.
But he oddly left one part, to his chagrin, out of it. My mission was to grab Honor. I knew exactly who she was. I had her favorite hangouts. As I said, your friend was a casualty of war. You see, I was to grab her because she is close to Keisha.
I see.
It was meant to. And the most I can say is send a message. I really did not have anything to do what was going on in that building. I'm quite impressed at how fast you found them. Had you waited another night, I would have been gone already.
I am very good at what I do.
Your friends were quite quick.
Indeed.
But my job wasn't to hide or security. My job was solely
To get honor.
snatch and grab,
Yes.
which I completed the contract.
Excellent.
So tell me, do you come to these often?
I do.
It's rare that I find anyone who knows this dance anymore.
I spent many years in Paris.
I am rather devastated still at the sword breaking. You know, that was a gift from Napoleon himself. I have 3 others. But now, there is one less in the world. Casualties of war as well, isn't it?
It is. My father was a commander. It was his sword that broke.
I recognized the design. And
But I shall have it repaired.
Not many carry blades of that era anymore. I do thank you for a dance.
Of course.
And please give your well wishes to your friend. I never did get her name.
No, you didn't.
But please give her my well wishes. I did not mean it personally.
I will do such. Do give my friend some contact, though, because Mr. Shaw, he is quite fun to work with.
Well, hopefully he has a job for me because that will keep me from getting rehired to grab Honor again.
Yes, that would be best. She is under my protection now.
Well, and he actually looks at you. A job is the job. So hopefully I find better employment before that comes to it.
I do hope so.
And you notice that half of Elysia is staring at you two
Mm-hmm.
as you're dancing to no music in a formal court dance.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, he steps back and he does a formal court bow you have not seen in
And she does a full curtsy
100
to him.
years. It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
And you see him turn, and he actually heads over towards where Prince Jackson is standing to speak with him. And what is Jackie doing? Spending the rest of the night at Elysia? Or
If Damien hasn't shown up here...
Damien does not show up at all.
Okay. she's going to call over to the security desk. She's going to go to her car, but she's going to call over to the security desk at her haven to find out if Damien has shown up there.
Nope.
Okay.
No one has come by tonight looking for Jackie or nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, excellent. She'll go to the club.
Okay. Now we're flashing over to Jenny. Jenny, you're supposed to go tonight to pop into the House of Lilith. And how are you getting to the House of Lilith tonight?
Is this the same night as Isabella woke up, or is this like the next night?
This would be the next night.
Okay. She likes having Tasha do things for her right now, so she has Tasha driving her there.
Okay. And as you're driving, it's a busy night. Popular. It's, Thursday night. Things are busy. But as you get to the club, please give me wits awareness. I need a wits awareness from you.
All right. Let's see. Wits. Do I get watching or no?
Sure. I will let you have that. Five. Very nice roll. Like that.
I'm not gonna. I was like, should I willpower it? And I'm like, nah. Hopefully it's good
Yeah, sure.
enough.
Pulling up outside of Rizule's club. Just for a second. There's a woman that was across the street as you pulled up. She appeared to be just walking down the street. And as she goes to duck in an alley across the street, the light shines in a very odd way and gives you a clear look of her face. But it can't be what you're seeing. She can't be here. You see a face you know very well. A face you have not seen since you last had breath, since you were breathing. A sister you lost long ago has just ducked down an alley. At least you think it's her.
That can't be. Tasha, stop the car, pull over. So.
And Tasha immediately stops the car and pulls over.
Jenny.
Everything all right?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I saw somebody, and Jenny opens the door and like she's running across the street. Like she'll stop for traffic and stuff, but she's basically just like running across the street. So.
Okay. I gotta make me a roll. As you cut across the street, a lot of drivers honk their horns. You get a lot of curses thrown at you. But no one hits you as you cross the street and get to the alleyway that you saw this individual in there. And as you're entering the alleyway, shadows are pretty deep. But you clearly see someone leap up onto a building at the far end of the alleyway. They leap two stories straight up to the roof.
Actually just calls out like, Lucy. That couldn't be though.
As you call the name out, it echoes off all the surrounding buildings, but there's no reply.
Okay. Think, Jenny, think. This can't be the case. She's dead. She's been dead. But she kind of starts walking down the alley so she can kind of sink into the areas where it's shadowed as well. And as she gets into a shadowed area, she's going to stop for a second and she's going to concentrate on her winged form. So she's going to shift into her great horned owl.
Okay.
And once it's there, she's going to basically just like flap her wings and just try and shoot straight up and try and head in the direction that the person jumped. So
as you head up, clear the buildings. Now it's a dark alley. Nobody would have seen you shift down in that alley. As you clear to the top with your, Al has amazing eyesight. You see in the distance This person has jumped in that little bit of time 4 buildings away, rooftop to rooftop, crossing entire streets, jumping roof to roof.
Gonna take off after it, so trying to fly that direction. So
Okay, so this is a good one to roll. You're gonna roll. You're gonna do a dex roll of some kind. Let's see, because your owl form, you get 4 dice for your physical. So 4 dice plus you only got 1, so you get 5 dice rolling dex plus stealth.
okay. So I'm
Because I know it won't let you roll it off the character sheet. It throws a fit and fantasy
Yeah.
ground kills itself. So
so you said I roll 5 dice in total.
yep, 5 dice in
Okay.
total.
So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll dex plus 1 plus stealth just so that it gets
Yep,
5 dice.
that works as well.
So-
And as you shoot forward, this individual is definitely moving quickly. Now, you're still a bird. But they jump rooftop to rooftop. And with the owl's vision, even in the low light, every look you get convinces you who you're seeing.
This Jenny's just thinking about like this can't be the case. She's heard about Nos playing tricks. She knows she can't see spirits, so she's like single-mindedly just trying to catch up. So
And as you move to catch up, you are gaining on her. Get closer and closer. And then she jumps off the top of a building down into an alley. As you swoop past, and when you double back, do you fly down into the alley?
no, I land on the like edge of the roof area, kind of to look down into it. I'll activate Eyes of the Beast just to definitely see for sure. So
And as you're looking, you get a clear sight of a manhole cover being shifted back into place.
she kind of just thinking to herself, like, damn it. She doesn't want to risk going into the sewers right now, considering what she saw going down to the what's-a-mahiget. So the pit.
Give me. Well, you're still in owl form, so never mind.
Yeah. And it's a normal sized owl.
Yep.
She's thinking, she's like, do I go back to Tasha? Like, she's going to she's going to actually just like take off towards the club, because she doesn't know what's been going on and she feels bad about Isabella's stuff, but also like now she's kind of feels discombobulated, so she doesn't really want to go and like hang out with like the jovial mood at House of Lilith. So
Okay. As you are definitely put off your mood for the night by seeing someone that you swore was dead, we're flashing to the club. Roscoe and Isabella. You two are staying at the club with Honor locked as a prisoner. Do you two wish to have a scene to talk together at all?
Sure.
I turn it over to you two.
Well, Isabel, how are you doing after your adventure?
As good as I can be, I guess. Not really sure what to expect next from it, if anything.
No further side effects from whatever it was they had you knocked out with?
Not that I can tell.
You know, it was your blood that they had under the microscope that I looked at. I don't know what they were looking for, but that's what gave
It's
me
me.
that's what gave me the clues is about the man in black.
Thank you, Roscoe. I definitely owe you.
Your family.
She'll give Roscoe a hug. Have you had much thought about what you plan on doing with Samantha yet?
You know, she hasn't said anything yet about taking you up on doing surveillance at your pub.
You know that's not what I meant.
Darn it. Well, actually, you know, I've had a lot of other things on my mind with this Sun Chi trial coming up. I really have not actually seen Samantha that much lately. I haven't really given it a lot of thought.
I imagine you're pretty worried.
Yeah. Because they're so dead set on ashing Sun Chi. I mean, I may get it too, so who knows?
Well, I hope not.
Well, me neither. but-
Otherwise, we'll have to burn the city down.
yeah, please do.
Is there... I imagine there's not, but I have to ask if there's anything we can do to help support you.
At this, so far, no. I would all of you, I would suggest stay as far away as you can when the actual trial starts.
I mean, we're family, Roscoe. I don't know how easy that'll be.
I think if things go badly for me, you will definitely want to be a long, long way away. I won't go into more than that at the moment. Because I don't
Okay,
even know where it's going to
decision.
be at this point. So,
Fair. But we will support you.
thank you.
And Isabella, as you're sitting there with Roscoe, you notice suddenly the mirror in the room fogs over. And there's words obviously written on it. It says, "No friend ever served me, no enemy ever wronged me, whom I have not repaid in full. You owe me a building."
Do I see that?
Nope, only she sees it. And after she reads it, it fades away.
I owe someone a building, apparently.
How do you know?
There was a warning on the mirror. Where's Emilio?
Emilio is not far outside the door.
Describe what you saw.
There was a mirror and fog appeared, and there was a message.
That's a Tremere trick. Carl Schreck did that to me, and calling me to a meeting with him not that long ago.
Well, it's very obviously a threat. I guess the question is, what building?
You I guess Jackie hasn't mentioned. We haven't mentioned it yet. There was a building that was a casualty after we rescued
no,
you.
Emilio told me he burned the building down.
Oh, there was more to it than just burning it.
Oh.
Jackie had a party favor that finished the job in no uncertain terms.
Yeah, I meant more of like, whose building will take the retaliation?
Oh, okay.
So, in one of those odd timings, I mean, well, Jackie's going to get there last. Jenny and Nicholas would be there first because Jenny went there without meeting at Elysia. Nicholas, you arrived there as well because you went right after the meeting with Damien. But Jackie, who had to speak with the prince and dance at Elysia, takes a little bit longer. So Nicholas and and Jenny arrive at the club.
Oh, Ginny's coming down off the roof access that used to be used a lot more in the past. So, yeah. But she's also kind of obviously just kind of like aimlessly wandering around. So if you grab her, she'll snap out of it. But she's kind of like thinking and kind of wandering. So
Do you wander to the basement suites?
probably she's kind of taking her sweet time meandering down that way because she's doing a little bit of people watching too. So
Nicholas, you're there as well.
Nicholas, I think initially will look around trying to see if Damien came here and is like looking around or anything, just sort of because he knows that is a problem that might be headed their way in one form or another, and then seeing Ginny wandering around, I think Nicholas will follow after.
Okay, so you all are gathered without Jackie right now in the basement. You wander on Roscoe and Isabella discussing a building got blowed up.
Did you all notice anything when you came in? Anything odd?
I thought I saw a dead person, but I don't think that has anything to do with what you're talking about, hopefully.
Unfortunately, that's not necessarily odd anymore.
At the mention of Jenny saying, I thought I saw a dead person, Nicholas will just look over at her and sort of like put a hand up to do like a high five. And then once nothing happens, he'll pull his hand away.
No, sorry. I could have sworn I saw my actual biological sister. My sibling, my younger sister, but she's been dead for a long time.
Are you sure you're not just messing with me and telling me my story?
No. My sister Lucy, she disappeared, and I always assumed her husband killed her because he was tied in with the mob and stuff, and I didn't go after him because on advice from my friends at the time, and so I don't know. But I swear it was her, but it couldn't be her because she's dead. She has to be dead. She disappeared. She literally, body never found, never heard about her, never seen anything. So anyway, I don't think that's tied into whatever you guys are talking about. Strange, I hope so.
Isabella, sorry, go ahead.
Roscoe starts looking around the room, looking to see if there's anything like weird going on.
Mm-mm.
I imagine Isabella gets notifications for the brewery security system on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be checking that.
Okay.
Is anything odd there?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That voice came in my head. Just again said run. I don't know what or why.
Run?
Yeah.
Maybe we should leave.
Do we try and get the people out of the club?
We've
Lilio,
got
Honor, and then Isabella bolts.
I was gonna say we've got like a basement, like tunnels or
yes,
whatever.
you have an escape in the basement that leads to
Yeah, Nicholas is
to a
going
parking
for
garage.
that. Nicholas is going for that.
It's like 2 doors down from where Honor is.
You guys go for it. Get out. I'm not going to. Sorry. And Jenny actually takes off towards the upstairs area, but as she goes, she's actually going to shift into bear just to scare people out of the club.
Okay, Rouse check that.
Yep.
So as we're going, like Nicholas will, shit, she's awake now, so this might be more problematic. God, this would have been simpler if she was still just a body. Nicholas is used to just handling dead bodies. Yeah. Yeah, Nicholas will try to open the door, I think, and try to get Honor out. It's like, we need to go.
Okay. So Isabella, or Nicholas trying to get Honor. Isabella's trying to get Honor. Roscoe, what are you doing? We know Jenny's going to try to scare people the fuck out of the club.
I'm with Nicholas and Isabella.
Okay.
Trying to hurry them as quickly as I can.
So yeah, she'll keep running. She'll make sure that Amelia and Isabella or Honor get out.
Okay. As Jenny goes to rush people out, Jackie, as your car pulls up outside of the club, you see a man rush the door, and in an explosion, rips through the entire building. And this right here, everybody, is where we're going to end Season 8 of Windy City After Dark. Sometimes kindred use a kind to do a very bad thing. And I would
Damn Tremere.
I would like to thank my players and you, the viewers. End of season, everybody. Everyone gets, of course, the normal 2 XP. Everyone who's here last episode gets the bonus. End of season gives you another one. And then, because of this season and what's going on, I give you all one more. So please enjoy the extra XP as you all try to deal with the aftermath of the building blowing up, which I'm sure none of you all will be near the building, so you don't have to worry about the cops. It is what it is. And of course, please, everyone, join us on the Discord right now. Come over to Discord. Tell us what you thought of the season finale. Holy shit. Some things happened I didn't expect. Damien's on a warpath, everybody. And I guess Jackson should have told her to make sure that was destroyed and didn't get out a little faster than he did, because it was too late then.
Oh, Jackie intentionally didn't tell him that Damien was aware of it.
And of course, join us on Discord. Talk about what you thought of this episode, everybody. This was a difficult season at times. There was a lot of dangers. And we're going to see where we go next season for season 9, everybody. So you know, of course, you want to catch our back episodes? YouTube, right over here. Get them. And of course, you want to follow our friends of the studio here. One of them, Mischievous Red, she's back. The Ivy Raven, I'll get it. There we go, the Ivy Raven over there. Pop in and watch them. Come in and say hi to them. Talk with them a bit. God, my brain is totally fried because I've been without meds way too long and it's killing me here. You want to support the players. There we go. If you want to give something to the players, bits and donations, those go to the players, not to the studio. If you want to give the studio, of course, please, you can subscribe here on Twitch or you can go to our Ko-fi, but bits and donations, they go to the players. As my wife likes to say, show your biddies. That's a way to give thanks to the players for all the hard work that goes on in here, because it's a lot of hard work to put on this show. If you want to get your Windy City merch, pop over to our merch channel. There's a lot of Windy City merch. We still haven't got a hit list shirt made yet, but that's because the hit list changes so often.
It changes like every other episode.
I mean, you know, they've got too many going on.
It is extensive, though.
It is. And, I mean, that's Vampire. You always got a hit list now, don't you? And, of course, I'm going to turn it over to my wife so she can give the schedule. Because she knows what's coming up, I don't.
So coming up over the next week, we have on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Mage the Ascension with myself, Ivy Raven, and Timberbrad with Maddox, run by Ravnos Archon. This is the final season, Neon Hurricane of the Miami Mages. We've now transported to 1992. The red star is in the sky. The end of days is nigh, and shit is weird. So, we're trying to stop a fucking avatar storm. So, yeah. Join us Tuesday to see what the fuck we're doing, because I don't think any of us really have a clue yet. Then on Saturday, we have at 3 p.m. Eastern, Tis with her Call of Cthulhu crew, her London Esoteric Society set in Victorian London. It's Call of Cthulhu 7E. That will be at 3 p.m. Eastern because we've done the daylight savings time thing here in the U.S. and now we're back on the regular schedule with the UK. So join us at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday for some fun Call of Cthulhu where they don't burn the books. They read all the books. They summon elder beings that should not be summoned from across the void. They literally are chewing through luck and sanity at an alarming rate. Literally, players sometimes have to take breaks just so their characters can get some sanity back. It's pretty wild. And then, of course, on Sunday, we here at this table, the Windy City cast, will be live with our Q&A. So if you've had questions about things that happened in Season 8 and where we're going to go from here, bring those next Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And of course, if you aren't available to tune in live to ask your questions, you can always post them in Chi-Town Chat on Discord. That is our public chat for this game. So you can post your questions there and we will answer them on stream. So that's what we have coming up over the next week, y'all.
And before we started recording tonight's episode, one of the players at this table asked me, was my hint or was my nuke blast in Chi-Town Chat an actual spoiler for the plans for this episode? And I said I would never do something like that, but I did it with my sarcastic grin.
Yes, of course he did. I figured out exactly what it was going to be.
You know, actions have consequences, everybody.
Because I know my husband.
And when you get as noisy as burning and blowing up a building,
you know what?
There is a retaliation.
That's fine. He can retaliate.
And as always, everybody, please, mental health, it's not a joke, not a laughing matter. We take mental health very seriously here at McStabber Studios. I want everyone to make sure that they're okay, please. Not just yourself, but others around you are okay, because we're getting into the holiday season and a lot of people are not okay in the holiday season. So please check in on those around you, make sure they're all right. And if you suffer from mental health issues, I want to first of all say flat out, it's okay to not be okay. There is nothing wrong with admitting you need help. We all need help from time to time. It's just part of the human nature. And if you don't feel you can reach out to people around you to get that help, in chat is a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where a professional will be on the other end of the line to help you to get through the tough time. Because we all need help once in a while. As this coterie shows you, we're strongest when we're working together. And in this case, it's the same thing. So please, everybody, please take your mental health seriously. And if you're not in the U.S., there's a website right there you can go to, put your country of origin.
Find a helpline. It's great.
Yep. And you can find out in your country what your helplines are. Because mental health is not just a United States thing, it's a worldwide thing, and everyone should take care of it. And I'll turn it over to my wife for her portion of the outro.
Everyone, I'm Mama McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. Timber Brad here is also a registered nurse. And we at McStabber Studios don't just care about your mental well-being, we care about your physical well-being too. Because they kind of go hand in hand. If you're not good up here, this starts to fall apart. If this is falling apart, you're not going to be good up here. So, truly, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Go get your physicals. If you are a woman of a certain age, go get your mammograms. Okay. If you are a man of a certain age, get your prostate checked. You know, make sure you're getting your colonoscopies, y'all. And also, get your vaccines. COVID is still a damn thing. Flu is running like fucking wildfire. RSV is sending little babies to the hospital. And they are not doing so good. Literally, there is a pediatric crisis happening all over the place now because they don't have beds for all the sick babies. Please get your vaccines. Also, during the midterm election, there were 6 ballot measures across the states to either enshrine abortion access and contraceptive access in the state constitution of the state it was in, or to potentially revoke that access by referendum in certain states. And I am happy to tell you, of those 6, all 6 ensured that abortion access and contraceptive access is available. The country has spoken. Choice is pro-life. Forced birth is a death sentence.
And thank you to everyone who got out and voted.
Please, thank you. Thank you. For real. And I'm going to say something to conservative white women. For real, you've betrayed your own kind because you like the benefits of your white privilege. I'm just going to say it. I hear Putin's pulling out some of the Ukraine. Things aren't going so well for him. Good. Fuck Putin.
He's got to pull out from performance issues.
Yeah, he's not performing well. Imagine that. Started a war he can't fucking finish. Fuck Putin. But now we've got big issues going on in Iran, y'all. Big issues. It's horrifying over there what they're doing to people. Kidnapping them, raping them violently. And they just disappear, never to be seen again. That's going on in Iran today. Fuck the Irani government.
And I'd like to add, the election may be over, but the fight is not done.
The fight is not done.
Keep fighting, everybody.
The fight is not done. But also, be compassionate to others. Be kind. Being nice is performative. Being kind is genuine. Look out for people, because we don't get through this life alone. And if we raise each other up and support each other, we all rise. Said with love.
As the storyteller for this amazing cast of players here, I would like to thank you all for coming. And I'll see you at the cast Q&A for sure, because I know there's questions. Good night, everybody.